I want to talk to you about a powerful concept that can transform your life. Trusting the universe, regardless of your circumstances. You see, many of us are caught up in the idea that our external conditions dictate our reality. But what if I told you that you have the power to shape your reality from within? Let's dive into this idea. Trusting the universe isn't about blind faith or wishful thinking. It's about understanding the fundamental principles of how our thoughts and emotions create our experiences. You see, every thought we think, every emotion we feel, sends a signal out into the quantum field. Now let's explore what this quantum field really means. Imagine it as a vast, limitless space where everything in the universe connects and interacts. It's not just empty space, it's filled with endless potential and infinite possibilities. In simple terms, the quantum field is like the canvas on which the universe paints its masterpiece. It's where energy and information flow and intertwine, shaping the fabric of reality itself. Every particle, every wave, every thought, and every emotion is part of this intricate web of existence. You might wonder, how does this relate to you? Well, here's the fascinating part. You are an essential player in this cosmic dance. Your consciousness, your thoughts, and your intentions are not separate from this field. They are integral components of it. In every moment of your life, your consciousness interacts with the quantum field, influencing and being influenced by its vastness. Imagine your consciousness as a radio transmitter, constantly emitting signals into the quantum field. These signals are not just passive, they have the power to shape the reality you experience. When you think a thought or feel an emotion, you're sending out vibrations that resonate with similar energies in the quantum field. This interaction isn't limited to your immediate surroundings or experiences. It extends far beyond what you can perceive with your senses. The quantum field transcends time and space, encompassing past, present, and future possibilities. It's like a cosmic playground where potential realities wait to be actualized. Now you might be thinking, how can I tap into this quantum field to create positive changes in my life? The key lies in understanding and harnessing the power of your consciousness. By becoming aware of your thoughts, beliefs, and intentions, you can align yourself with the energies of the quantum field. One way to align with the quantum field is through mindfulness and presence. When you are fully present in the moment, you open yourself up to the flow of energy and information around you. You become attuned to subtle signals and synchronicities that guide you towards your highest path. Here's the key. When you trust the universe, you align your thoughts and emotions with the outcomes you desire. It's not about forcing or controlling, but rather about surrendering to the flow of life. When you let go of resistance and embrace trust, you allow the universe to orchestrate events in ways that may seem magical. Imagine this. Instead of constantly worrying about how things will unfold, you release your attachment to specific outcomes. You start to believe in the unseen forces that are always working in your favor. This shift in perception is what opens the door to miracles. Navigating through challenges can be tough, especially when you're dealing with difficult situations or feeling uncertain about the future. It's during these times that it's important to remind yourself, your circumstances do not determine your worth or define who you are. Instead, they reflect past thoughts, emotions, and choices, but they don't have to dictate your future. Trusting the universe means believing in something bigger than yourself, a cosmic intelligence that is always working in your favor. It's about shifting your perspective from the limitations of the present moment to the boundless possibilities that lie ahead. When you trust the universe, you open yourself up to a world of potential and opportunity. Let's break this down further. Imagine your life as a canvas, and your circumstances are just the paint strokes on that canvas. They may be vibrant and beautiful at times, while at other times they might seem dark and challenging. But here's the key. You hold the brush. You have the power to create new strokes, to blend colors, and to reshape the picture of your life. When faced with adversity or uncertainty, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. However, by trusting the universe, you cultivate a mindset of resilience and optimism. Instead of dwelling on what is lacking or what has gone wrong, you focus on the lessons learned and the opportunities for growth. Consider this: every setback is an opportunity for a comeback. Every challenge is a chance to discover your inner strength and resourcefulness. When you trust the universe, you align yourself with the belief that everything happens for a reason and that challenges are stepping stones to greater heights. Moreover, trusting the universe is about surrendering control and embracing the flow of life. It's acknowledging that there is a divine plan unfolding, even if you may not understand it in the moment. It's about releasing the need to micromanage every detail and instead allowing things to unfold naturally. One powerful way to cultivate trust in the universe is through mindfulness and presence. When you practice being fully present in the moment, you become more attuned to the signs and synchronicities that guide you on your path. You develop a deeper connection to your intuition and inner wisdom, which can offer clarity and direction during uncertain times. Here's a practical example. Let's say you're facing financial difficulties. Instead of dwelling on lack and limitation, start affirming abundance and prosperity. Feel the emotions as if you already have what you desire. This isn't just positive thinking, it's quantum physics in action. When you consistently hold on to thoughts and emotions of abundance, something amazing happens. You start to align yourself with the very essence of what you desire. Imagine your mind as a radio transmitter and the universe as the receiver. When you tune your thoughts to the frequency of abundance, you send out powerful signals into the cosmos. What does it mean to resonate with abundance? It's about cultivating a mindset where you genuinely believe in the possibilities of prosperity and success. Instead of focusing on scarcity or lack, you choose to see opportunities and blessings all around you. This shift in perspective isn't just wishful thinking. It's a fundamental change in how you perceive and interact with the world. As you resonate with the frequency of abundance, you attract similar energies back to you. This isn't magic or luck, it's the law of attraction in action. The universe operates on principles of energy and vibration, like attracts like. When your thoughts and emotions vibrate at the frequency of abundance, you draw towards you situations, people, and resources that resonate with that same energy. Imagine yourself as a magnet for opportunities. When you believe in abundance, you start noticing possibilities that were previously invisible. You may receive unexpected job offers, meet influential people who support your goals, or find creative solutions to challenges that once seemed insurmountable. This isn't a coincidence. It's the universe responding to your vibrational alignment. Becoming a vibrational match to what you seek requires consistency and commitment. It's not enough to think positively for a day or two and then revert to old patterns of doubt or fear. You must consciously choose to cultivate thoughts and emotions that reinforce your belief in abundance. One powerful way to reinforce this mindset is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly. For example, you might say, "I am worthy of abundance in all areas of my life," or "I attract prosperity effortlessly." By affirming these beliefs, you program your subconscious mind to accept and expect abundance as your natural state. Now, trusting the universe also means letting go of fear and doubt. These emotions create resistance and block the flow of positive energy. Instead, cultivate trust and gratitude. Trust that everything is unfolding for your highest good, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. In my studies and teachings, I've seen countless examples of people who transform their lives by trusting in the universe. They let go of old beliefs and embraced new possibilities. They shifted their focus from the problem to the solution. Your imagination is incredibly powerful. It's not just about daydreaming or fantasizing, It's a tool that can shape your reality in profound ways. When you imagine and deeply feel the reality you desire, something remarkable happens within your brain. Imagine your brain as a complex network of pathways and connections. When you vividly imagine a desired outcome, whether it's achieving a goal, experiencing success, or finding happiness, you activate specific neural pathways in your brain. These pathways are like highways that carry electrical signals and information throughout your nervous system. As you repeatedly imagine and emotionally engage with your desired reality, you strengthen these neural pathways. This process is known as neuroplasticity, which refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections in response to learning and experience. In essence, you're rewiring your brain to align with the vision you hold. But it doesn't stop there. Your imagination doesn't just affect your brain, it also influences your body and overall well-being. When you immerse yourself in the experience of your desired reality, you're not only sending signals to your brain, but also to every cell in your body. Your thoughts and emotions have a direct impact on your physiological state. For example, if you imagine yourself achieving a fitness goal, such as running a marathon or losing weight, your brain releases neurotransmitters associated with motivation and determination. These chemicals, like dopamine and endorphins, not only enhance your mood, but also energize your body to take action towards your goal. Moreover, when you consistently use your imagination to envision a positive future, you create a blueprint for the universe to follow. The universe operates on principles of energy and vibration. Your thoughts and emotions emit energetic frequencies that resonate with similar energies in the cosmos. By aligning your inner vision with positive intentions, you attract corresponding opportunities and experiences into your life. Think of it as placing an order with the universe. When you clearly visualize and emotionally connect with your desired outcomes, you're sending a powerful message to the universe about what you want to manifest. This isn't wishful thinking. It's a deliberate and conscious co-creation process. So, how can you start trusting the universe today? Begin by becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions. Are they aligned with what you want to create in your life? If not, gently guide yourself back to a state of trust and positivity. Next, let's delve deeper into the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling of thankfulness, it's a profound emotion that can positively impact your entire being. When you cultivate gratitude, you open the door to a wealth of benefits that can enrich your life in ways you may not have imagined. Firstly, gratitude is like a key that unlocks the heart. It allows you to appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant they may be. Whether it's a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a friendly smile from a stranger, or the beauty of a sunset, practicing gratitude helps you recognize and cherish these moments. Moreover, gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in chasing after more money, more possessions, more success. But true contentment lies in appreciating what you already possess. When you regularly acknowledge the blessings in your life, you cultivate a sense of abundance and sufficiency. Scientifically, gratitude has been shown to have numerous health benefits. It can lower stress levels, enhance your mood, and even improve sleep quality. When you feel grateful, your body releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which are known as feel-good neurotransmitters. These chemicals not only make you feel happier, but also contribute to overall well-being. Practicing gratitude also fosters resilience. Life inevitably presents challenges and setbacks, but a grateful mindset helps you navigate these difficulties with greater strength and positivity. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, you focus on what you can learn from the experience and how it can contribute to your growth. Furthermore, gratitude strengthens relationships. When you express gratitude towards others, whether through a heartfelt thank you or a kind gesture, you deepen your connections and create a positive ripple effect. People appreciate being appreciated, and your genuine gratitude can inspire others to adopt a similar outlook. A powerful way to incorporate gratitude into your daily life is through a gratitude practice. This can take many forms depending on what resonates with you. Some people keep a gratitude journal where they write down 3 things they're grateful for each day. Others prefer to express gratitude silently during meditation or prayer, reflecting on their blessings with each breath. You are a co-creator of your reality. The universe responds to your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Trusting the universe isn't about giving up control, it's about surrendering to a higher intelligence that knows the best path for you. So trust the universe and watch how your life transforms. Embrace the unknown with excitement rather than fear. Know that you are supported and guided every step of the way. Now, you're giving your body that energetic boost. Now, everybody's done this. The moment you've said that, no one can talk you out of it. No person, no thing, no experience. You're possessed by it. So then what happens next? You start writing down all the choices you need to make, all the things you got to do, all the goals and experiences you want in your future. And every time you write one of those goals or experiences down, you start to feel more of those emotions. And now you're basically assembling more of your future. Now, the astute person does something really amazing. They start learning more information. You want to be wealthy? Study wealthy people. You want to be healthy? Study healthy people. As you begin to gain more knowledge, you're adding more stitches into the 3-dimensional tapestry, and you got more raw materials to dream in new ways. Now here's the part that is the most important. Take out a piece of paper and say, what thoughts do I have to stop thinking? I can't. I'll start tomorrow. I'm too hard. I don't feel like it. I have a headache. I gotta go to sleep. I'm tired. List those thoughts and become so conscious of those thoughts that you would never let one of those thoughts slip by your awareness, unchecked by you. Can I say something about that? I want to jump in on that. One of the powers of writing those thoughts down is you completely eliminate and weaken their influence over you. They become minimized when you write them. They lose their power over you when you grab control of them by writing them down. It's a significantly powerful exercise is to write down those thoughts. From a neuroscientific standpoint, what's called metacognition, because the moment you can observe the thought and become conscious of it, you're no longer the program. Your consciousness observing the program, and you begin to literally objectify your subjective self. And now you're pulling out. So then write down the choices you have to stop making. Look at the things you have to stop doing. Are you complaining? Do you make excuses? Do you blame other people? What do you do? List those things and be really honest with yourself. What experiences do you have to stay away from certain people at certain times of the day? Stay away from them so that you are not in the environment that triggers it. And now here's the most important point. Write down those emotions that keep you anchored to the past, because those emotions are literally residue from the past chemically. So then the moment you start feeling suffering, the moment you start feeling guilt, the moment you start feeling unworthy, the moment you start feeling despair, the moment you start feeling any of those emotions, you're back in your past and you can't see the future. You're thinking within those emotional states. And we've looked at enough brain scans to say that when you think within a certain emotion, you're going to make your brain worse. This research on memory says that 50% of what you talk about in the past isn't even the truth, that you don't have the same brain then. So you make stuff up, which means now you're reliving a past that you didn't even have just to embellish it, to produce the emotions, to reaffirm your limited state. Well, the best way to predict your future is to create it, not from the known, but from the unknown. And that void, that unknown, is the perfect place to create from. Now, why is this dangerous? Because when you're living in survival 70% of the time, there's better chances in survival from running from the unknown than embracing the unknown, right? If there's a predator out there, you hear something around the corner and you can't see it, that's an unknown. You're gonna run. You're not gonna go, and it's not a time to trust. It's not a time to open your heart. It's not a time to communicate, here kitty, kitty. It's not a time to do that. It's a time to run. You'll never trust the unknown in that state. So if people are living by these emotional states of survival, they're never going to want to step out into the unknown because they can't predict the future. So they'd rather hold on to what they have. Turns out that those emotions of stress are highly addictive. They give us a rush of adrenaline, rush of energy. And so people use the problems and conditions in their lives to reaffirm their addiction to that emotion so they can remember who they are as a somebody. So then if your thoughts can turn on the stress response and the stress chemicals are addictive, then we become addicted to our own thoughts. So then stepping out into that unknown is where true greatness happens, because that's where the person begins to say, what thoughts do I want to fire and wire in my brain? What behaviors will I want to demonstrate in my new life? Can I rehearse them in my mind? And the mere process of mental rehearsal, this is neuroscience now, begins to install the circuits in your brain to look like the experience has already occurred. You're priming your brain into the map of the future instead of the record of the past. And then the true person who's in the process of transformation will say, can I teach my body emotionally what that future is going to be like? Can I begin to embrace the joy of my new life? And their body, as their unconscious mind, begins to believe it's in the future instead of in the past. Now, that process is not an overnight process. We don't jump from the old self to the new self. It requires that continuous process of changing our biology. But I can tell you, in observing people who have healed themselves of very serious health conditions, who've healed themselves of some pretty difficult scars from the past, who've overcome addictions, who've created new opportunities and new jobs and new relationships and a new life, had to cross that river. And that is when they're literally, from a biological standpoint, a new personality. And your personality creates your personal reality. That's it. And your personality is made up of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. So the present personality who's sitting here today has created the present personal reality called their life. Which means then, if you want to create a new personal reality, you got to change your personality. And that means you got to start thinking about what you've been thinking about and change it. Look at your unconscious habits and behaviors, what you say, what you do, and become conscious of it, and change them. And look at the emotions that have kept you anchored to the past and decide if those emotions belong in your future. I think the biggest problem is that most people try to create a new personal reality as the same personality, and it doesn't work. So then, as we begin to demystify this, the person starts to say, oh my God, the disease that I have is because it's connected to this personality. Is it possible that if I change my personality, just like a person with a multiple personality disorder who has an allergy to nylon stockings in one personality and type 1 diabetes in another, is it possible then, if I change my personality, that the disease exists in the old personality and I'm literally someone else? Is it possible then, from a biological standpoint, that they're healed and changed? So to answer the question, it's difficult because we're breaking out of a biological mold. It's difficult because most people don't know that they have within their reach all the tools to do it, because they have, number 3, been conditioned on some level to believe that the new hairstyle or the new type of beer they're going to drink or the sports car or whatever it is going to change their state. And that's the hypnosis. And when I wrote The Placebo, You Are the Placebo, the biggest thing that I walked away with after writing that book was how hypnotized and programmed we really are. And that's bothered me ever since I wrote the book, because people watch things in their external environment and they accept, believe, and surrender to that information without any analysis, and they're programmed. And so when you and I start waking up and say no to those programs, and we start to think that we're maybe a little bit more unlimited than we're given credit for, and it's not driven for profits or self-interest, but when people start to wake up and say, hey, you know, I healed myself of this condition, I healed myself of Parkinson's, I healed myself of lupus, I healed myself of cancer, I healed myself of rheumatoid arthritis, I've healed myself of chronic pain, I healed myself of food allergies. Hey, yeah, I was abused as a child. Yeah, that's right. I was beat up by a violent father, and I lived in vulnerability and fear for the last 25 years. But that fear has signaled the wrong gene, and I developed this genetic condition. It's not enough to just have a clear intention, because clear intentions have very little effect on the nature of reality. Most people don't know that they're moving in and out of the quantum field 7.8 times per second, that you're vibrating in and out of the field all the time, and every time you leave, you disappear, and when you come back, you disappear into that field of information, and you come back with information. But if you go out as the same person, you don't bring any new information back. Are you with me? If you look at quantum physics, the physics of possibility, it's really talking about the spiritual aspect of ourselves, because you couldn't explain a miracle, you couldn't explain a biological process, you couldn't explain a simple healing of a cut at this point without understanding the quantum model of reality, and that there are particles, which are matter, it's you and I and everything in this physical world. And then there's energy, and that energy has a consciousness, it has an awareness, and that energy is a field of information that we are an extension of, that we have access to, and that we spend so much of our life looking outside of ourselves instead of looking inside of ourselves, and that we are really conditioned to look just for particles and matter instead of energy and information. And truly, when people reach the end of their beliefs or they're facing crisis in their life, that's the moment they start to turn within and start to ask the bigger questions. And if you were astute enough to look at this in moments of contemplation, if you were wanting to hide God anywhere, it would be a good place to hide. It would be within the human being, because everybody's looking outside of themselves, and we look for reasons to change and regulate our emotional states. You know, we think that things and people and external things will really fulfill emotions that we're trying to change within us, and that truly when we start to really investigate who we are and look to see how we do that and demystify it, I think once we start to demystify it, it can become a skill. And so Einstein was a super cool guy because he spent a lot of time inward, and at 12 years old, he asked himself this simple question: if I ride my bicycle at the speed of light and I turn my lamp on, I turn my headlight on, will it go on? So he thought about that question every single day of his life. Every day of his life, he would go out in a boat on a lake as a child and lay on his back in the boat. You attract different energies based on your state of mind. When your energy is low, you can draw in negative influences, almost like a parasite that weakens you but doesn't destroy you. Just because you don't have a physical body doesn't mean you're enlightened. When you raise your frequency, you become a match for higher energies, like tuning into a radio station. As you grow in love and move past feelings of victimhood, control, or power, you attract selfless, higher consciousness. These higher energies don't live in the three-dimensional reality. They connect to a broader field. When your energy matches a higher frequency, it's like opening a door. In this state of emotional freedom and bliss, you invite beings of similar high frequencies to influence your future positively. On the other hand, if you're stuck in negative emotions, there are entities that feed off that energy. When you move beyond your suffering, those negative influences can no longer attach to you, and you experience great freedom. Our goal is to connect with the divine, to open our hearts and learn to love again. We practice this in our week-long events, focusing on creating coherence in our hearts and brains. When your heart is coherent, the energy field around your body expands like a strong Wi-Fi signal. This coherent frequency connects your heart and brain, creating a powerful energy field that can read and transmit information. I once held an event in Florida where we stayed up all night, exploring mystical experiences. During a meditation, I saw a beautiful fractal pattern with my eyes closed. This pattern was a packet of information unfolding into a magnificent being standing next to me. It laughed, sounding like a symphony. In higher dimensions, you don't go anywhere to get things. You attract them to you by becoming a vibrational match. When your thoughts and emotions are coherent, you broadcast a new energy signature into the quantum field. This creates a vortex, drawing experiences to you, like a new job or relationship finding you. True creation happens when you forget about yourself and become pure consciousness, living in the present moment where all possibilities exist. Most people create their reality based on three-dimensional thinking, focusing on matter and objects. By teaching people to shift their attention from physical things to energy and space, their brainwaves change from beta to alpha, becoming more coherent. Under stress, our brains are incoherent as we try to control everything around us. But when we open our focus, different parts of the brain synchronize, creating coherence. A coherent brain leads to a coherent life, allowing us to step into the unknown and create from that space,